Well, in the House of Representatives, two Republicans proposed a bill to challenge President Biden's policies which skirt state abortion laws. In the House, Representatives Buddy Carter and Elise Stefanik introduced the Defunding Abortion Transportation Act, which, quote, prohibit federal financial participation under Medicaid for non-emergency transportation provided to access services for which federal financial participation is prohibited. Joining us right now to explain, Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, there used to be something called the Hyatt Amendment years ago in which in places that abortion was allowed, you could not use federal money to fund those abortions. It got fairly widespread. This is similar to that, yes, but it has to do with funding transportation.
Right. And as you explained, all this is the administration trying to get around the fact that now people are going to have to travel to other states to get an abortion, those states that it will be legal in. And what we want to do is to make sure that they're not using taxpayers' money to get the travel to go there, to pay for the travel to go to that state. This is a ludicrous idea that taxpayers should be paying money for something that is not health care. Abortion is not health care. Health care saves lives. Abortion ends lives. So that's why we're trying. That's what this legislation is aimed for.
What federal money would be paying for this kind of transportation? I think a lot of people's like, well, wait a minute. Why would it even be used for this anyway?
Well, it is not supposed to be used for abortions. Now, there is money in there in our budget for travel for medical expenses.
Okay. So those who are getting Medicare, that
right,
sort of thing.
Right.
Of course, Medicaid as well?
Yeah, it's non-emergency medical transportation is what it is.
But you think that in some cases it is or could be used for this?
It could be used for that, and that's the intent of this bill, is to prohibit it from being used for that.
What's your feeling about the status right now of what's going on in Congress?
Well, I'm very concerned, particularly about the legislation that is over in the Senate and working its way through the Senate, and that I understand we're going to be voting on in the House next week, and that is the Inflation Acceleration Act. Very concerned about it, not only because of the economic disaster that it's going to add to. This is a bill that's going to increase taxes, which is something you never do during a recession, and we are in a recession. I don't care how the administration defines it, we're in a recession. Just ask the average American. 9 out of 10 of them will tell you, yes, we are in a recession. So no matter how they define it, we're in a recession. And the last thing we need to do is to increase taxes. The last thing we need to do is to put more money into the economy. We need to stop the spending. We need to make sure that we are not doing any harm, no more harm. We need to make sure that we're decreasing the regulatory burden in America. And we need to unleash our energy independence here and our energy in this country.
Do you know Herschel Walker? You were
I know
a
him
Bulldog,
well.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about Herschel, whether he has a chance of winning.
He does. In fact, I think Herschel is going to win. Let me tell you, Herschel Walker is a fine man. He is genuine. He has a heart of gold, and he cares about Georgia. He is from an area in Wrightsville in Johnson County, same area my dad was born in, and I can tell you he is a fine, fine fellow.
And what else is going on in Georgia? You've got a lot. It seems to be getting a lot of attention.
It does, and rightfully so. The last election in 2020, of course, didn't turn out like it should have, and it's because Republicans stayed at home. We learned an important lesson then, and that is that we've got to get out and vote. We're going to do that this time. We're not going to let this happen again. We're going to make sure our voters get out, and that will make sure that Republicans get elected in a red state. Georgia is not a blue state. It's not even a purple state. It remains a red state. We just got to get our voters out.
Do you believe enough changes have been made so that you'll believe and have faith and confidence in the results that come out?
Absolutely, and that's what the Election Integrity Act did in the state of Georgia that was passed by our legislature, and I applaud them for doing that because it gave people confidence that their votes are going to be counted and that all legitimate votes are going to be counted and no illegitimate votes are going to be counted.
My sister and my brother-in-law live outside Atlanta, so we talk a lot about Georgia.
Right.
It's great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's